Canada to toughen but delay new standard for fuel emissions. It says in Ottawa, Reuters is reporting that Canada will delay the start date of its regulation to reduce the carbon intensity of gasoline and diesel by 7 months, but increase its stringency according to the draft of the Clean Fuel Standard, seen by Reuters. Here it says the standard is one of the key pieces of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's plan to cut national emissions by 40 to 50% by 2030. It's pretty ambitious, very ambitious. Like I've talked about before, this is part of Agenda 21, Agenda 2030. For those of you that are not familiar or educated about it, I encourage you to look it up and start getting familiar with Agenda 21. Because they want to change a lot of things in the next 7 years. It says under the Clean Fuel Standard, fuel suppliers need to cut carbon intensity and the quantity of carbon per unit of energy of gasoline and diesel by about 15% by 2030 from 2016 levels, up about 13% in previous drafts of regulation. But fuel providers also need to begin complying with the fuel standard on July 1st, 2023, 7 months later than the government was planning. So they're going to give Canadians about a year before they roll this out. It says the Canadian press first reported the changes. Stringency could have been stronger, but the long-term view is that it sets the framework for more assertive future action, said Thomason, the president, Advanced Biofuels Canada, who has seen the final regulation. The industry's group members include grain handler Archer and Daniels Midland Corp and refiner BP. It says this regulation represents a transition, not a revolution. Yeah, okay. And I was telling you guys about last year, Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, dumped $400 million into the alleged climate change initiative with the World Economic Forum last year. So they're right on schedule. New World Order, Agenda 21, 100%. And they're not wasting really any time. They're doing it very subtle, and they're kind of rolling it out like this very slowly in all countries. Trying to reduce emissions by 40 to 45% in the next 7 years, that's a pretty aggressive, ambitious plan. I don't know how realistic that is. I guess the real question is, it makes me wonder, as far as consumers, how are they going to track that? I mean, how could they possibly know? Right? They can track if you're driving on your car, but how do they know if you're in a friend or a family member's car, or in a taxi or an Uber? How do they know you're driving your car? Unless they're going to have some sort of system where they're tracking your car. They have the insurance companies track your car, and that way they're able to track the actual amount of carbon emissions that you're contributing or putting out. Very interesting situation. To all my Canadians, much love to y'all. You're not alone. We're dealing with this crap here in the United States, and it's just a matter of time, probably just a matter of time, before they put a tax on the sun or start taxing the air we're breathing. So, yeah. Anyways, if you feel what I'm saying, you know what to do. Smash that like button, like and share, get it out there, and I'll check y'all later.